Welcome back to Midnight Music. I'm your host Corey, and I'm joined today by my other host.
Tomas.
What? Say it again.
Tomas.
Tomas. Cool. We're not
Tomas.
doing that. And today we're talking about Her Loss, album by Drake and 21 collab. A little more Drake than there's 21 on there, but overall, it'll be all right. We'll get into it. Little backstory: Drake is you know Drake. If you don't know Drake, I can't help you. He's a rapper. He sells. I mean, he's huge. He's very famous. He's the Taylor Swift of rap, almost. Like the dude goes on world tours and shit. Like he's known. No over. It's not him. Him is maybe the closest thing to it.
It's not
but
him.
It's just not him.
I was thinking maybe The Weeknd actually.
The Weeknd is not a
more
rapper.
of like a-
Weeknd is not a rapper.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
The Weeknd is a singer.
I don't know.
But
What about Tyler?
Tyler, the creator, definitely not.
In a sense, I think
No,
there's an argument to be made there for it.
there's just not. Tyler, the
Alright.
creator, is not that famous.
Well, maybe not. Yeah. Her Loss. 2022 is when it came out.
Yep. You also got 21 Savage in there.
Yep. 21 Savage.
He's
It has
decently
one
big.
song featuring Travis Scott.
Yep.
It is 1 hour long.
And we'll take it to Thomas's tier list.
Thomas's tier list. Starting from the top here, we have Rich Flex, which is by far the most popular song on here by like double and some change to the closest, and basically quadruple everything else.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I think it was also the song that they like released early for the album, which always do better than everything else.
Yes, I believe it was. That was one of the songs. I believe that, and probably, if I had to make a guess, it's probably fucking where's it at? Circo Loco, I think, might have also come out as a
Yeah.
single.
Rich Flex, really good song, really poppy song, really just kind of it's a fun song.
Yep.
And it really kind of opens up the album really well. If the album continued with that kind of flow of what Rich Flex was. And I think me and Corey are gonna have a little bit of disagreement on this tier
we're gonna
list
have a
here,
lot. 'Cause I
but
looked at
that's
his
okay.
tier list, and it's insanity.
That's okay. Rich Flex though sits in yes, and that
Yeah.
is just fine.
Yeah, it's a
It's a good
baller
song.
song. It is on Corey's list. It will be
Yeah.
there probably to the day I die. It's amazing. A Drake 21 Savage is just, it makes it magic. Like, look, not every single one of their songs are good or that I would listen to again, but a lot of them are bangers. And I'll take that. You got a 50-50 shooting shot. You're making like 95% of those shots. I like it.
That math don't math, but that's all right.
That's fine.
So yeah, it's on the I didn't explain my tier list. I have four different
You go to
tiers.
your list.
There's no, you shouldn't listen to the song. One time, which means you should listen to the song one time. Yes, which means you should listen to the song and probably add it to some playlist, but it will cycle in and out. And then for life, which means it'll be added to a playlist and probably be there until you die and not lose much value to you. So yeah, Rich Flex is a yes for me. 827 million plays. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
We then go to Major Distribution, which is the next song on the album. And it's a good song. I don't think anything real special from these two. Considering what I know they both can do. I'm judging this based off of them and their capabilities, mind you. But Major Distribution's good song. It's a short song, which I actually have problems with the two songs in this album that are long songs, which we'll get to.
Yep.
But yeah, it sits between one time and yes, because I can see it being either way for people. How they'll be like, yeah, this is a fine song, but I'm all right listening to it once and being done. Or yeah, I want to listen to this a little more. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine song. It's not the worst song on here. It's far from the
No.
best, but it's not the worst one.
I have picked
We'll
out
get
my
to it.
worst song
There
on
are
here.
a couple songs on here that I was like, I want to die.
Yep.
We'll get to it, but yeah. Then on to BS.
On BS. I didn't really like it only because the chorus is on that bullshit, and they
Yeah.
do that for like a solid what feels like forever.
Yep.
And it goes on way too long, and they do it twice. And it's the song itself's okay, but then you have on that bullshit, on that bullshit, on that bullshit, on that bullshit, we on that bullshit. Like, why? Why is it? It's fine, but it's such a lazy. It feels very lazy to me.
Yeah.
So for all those reasons, it's a one time for me.
Yeah.
The song outside of on that bullshit where they keep repeating it is decent. It's a good song, but that kills it for me. I can't. Gang, thoughts?
No, it was on some bullshit. Yeah, I don't like it either. It's like there's this other song with, I want to say Metro, like a Future song or some shit, Future 21 or someone like that, but it's called Type Shit. And I don't like that either because they do the same thing where they just end it with type shit just every like few seconds. And
It feels
it's like
just,
I don't.
it
It's
just
lazy.
feels really lazy. Yeah.
Lazy and not creative, and I hate it.
We then go to Back Outside Boys.
Yep. With a
And-
Z, all one word.
It is all one word. And it's actually a better song than On That Bullshit, even though it doesn't have anywhere near the amount of plays that On That Bullshit
Back
has, which
Outside
is
Boys
crazy.
is a fucking bop.
It's
On my
it's pretty
playlist,
good.
it is a
It's pretty
solid
good.
song.
It's right on the line though of One Time and Yes. I have more of it in Yes because I definitely see the appeal and I
It's
definitely like it.
solid.
But I do
And the
see
beats,
it more
we
One Time.
got to talk about the beats for a second because the beats are consistently good through this album. I don't think there's a song that I'm like, I hate what's going on in the background.
The beats are consistently good. But at times it feels very, I don't know, because at points in the songs I'm like, yeah, this feels like a Drake and 21 Savage beat that they're going over. And then there's other songs where it's like, okay, Drake's doing his little melody thing, let him do his thing, that's fine. But the drums itself just sound so similar at times that it almost just kind of, I don't know, it's just odd. I don't really love the drums throughout it all, but like for the most part, yes, they are good beats. They are good stylized beats.
Yeah.
So that's it's like I said, One Time to Yes. We then go to Privileged Rappers, which for me is worse than Back Outside Boys. It's them doing their thing
Yeah.
once again, but it's just they're talking about something else. Mind you, Drake this entire time for like the first probably 7 songs, he is a horny motherfucker.
Yeah.
He is
A bit.
constantly
I
talking
mean,
about
Back Outside's and Rich
sex
Flex
and things
aren't
like
that
that.
horny.
I don't know. I had the lyrics pulled up while he was playing through them, and I was like, "Yeah,
He's doing his
dude,
thing,
all
bro."
right, man."
But I mean, I feel like Drake is always talking about some lady.
Yeah, but he's
Same with 21. 21's fucking nasty. If you ever hear 21 rap,
I know,
he's a
I
gross
know.
motherfucker.
But I feel like there's a line that they could walk better.
Yeah,
This is just feels very pornified
I get that.
as a word. For all those reasons, I have I have it as PR, but it's privileged rappers
Yeah,
at the top end of One Time. Because to me,
yeah.
that's kind of where it sits. We then go to Spin About You.
Yep.
I think this is the second famous song on the album. Second biggest, I should
It's
say.
a good ass song. It's got
It
a
is.
slow jam feel to it,
It's good.
even though it's not that. And it's solid. It's got that nice. You can flow with it and kind of feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a very good vibing out song.
Yep. Chorus is strong in it.
Absolutely. And it doesn't really have any annoyances that like really picked me apart to where I was like, God, I hate that. And for those reasons, it's a solid yes. I don't see it being a for life. I actually would beg that 99% of these songs, besides one, which I'll talk about later, are not for life. For me, at least.
That's crazy. Do you like Drake?
I like parts of Drake.
Okay.
And I was being very
That
open
makes
with
more
his
sense.
album. But I really don't see Spin About You lasting. So,
Look, you're wrong, but that's okay. That is your opinion.
we then go to Hours in Silence which
Yep.
is how long it lasted.
Yep.
With a solid 6 minutes and 39
Is
seconds.
that the one where we shared the look? Because it was
we
nothing.
shared the look actually twice, I think, on that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking brutal. Do we skip the song where it ends with the bird going brr, brr? Goes, I'm Birdman brr, brr, at the end of one of these songs.
No, I think that's Tetris Twins or some shit.
Treacherous Twins. It happens twice.
It happens. Well, it happens twice back to back. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I don't remember where it's at.
Awful. It might have
It's-
been Treacherous Twins, which is we'll get to
We're
that.
getting to, yeah. Hours in Silence is so long, and it feels like it's a NPR rapping podcast about some fucking shit that's going on,
Yeah.
and it pisses me off the entire
Yeah.
time. And for all those reasons, it's a no with the heart of the S in one time, because I get people should probably listen to the whole album, but like I wouldn't listen to this song.
Yeah. No.
There's no value. There's no
Yeah.
good actual value I got from it. We then go to Treacherous Twins,
Yep.
which is better than Hours in Silence for me.
Echoed. It's
But
a
not
love
much.
song between two men. So I mean, take that however you want, platonic or not. It's a love song between two men.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but also
I mean,
I don't get it for this album. I think that's what really bothers me about it. Is that this just I don't know.
it's a
feels like-
very odd song to have on this album. I will agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
it feels like self-masturbatorily. Like it's weird. Like it's just a weird song.
Yeah.
Like why are you rapping this? This doesn't fit with anything else. And I get like wanting to be like, it's Drake at 21, let's do our thing. But they released a song before this album even came out. That's not a part of this album. That's them together. Where
Yeah.
they kind of do the pass off thing. I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird song.
It is. And for all those reasons, and it not being an hour long, it goes in one time.
Yep.
It does have a little tail into no, but I think it deserves one time at least. We then go into Circo Loco, which I have mostly. I shouldn't say mostly. I have the C because I have CL for its initials. I have the C in part of it in no, and the L
What?
in one time.
What the fuck?
And
I
like
listen to this song a lot. So I know you've heard this a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you also know that I put up with some of your songs. So,
Is it the song that it's taking it from? Is that what
Yes,
bothers you about
yes.
it? Because I hate the song that they take it from. I like this version better, which is why I,
I
listen
hate
to
this version. This version's bad.
You like the other one more?
Yes.
Crazy take.
I think there's actually multiple versions of the song that they took it from,
Crazy take.
but this is the worst version by far.
That's crazy. This
By
is so much
far.
better than the other one.
God, no.
Other one is
This is
fucking
god-awful.
boring
This is just bad.
and overplayed. I like this one because he raps over it and he does its own thing with it. Like it's just really just the chorus, and then he changes it at the end. He does his own version of the thing. I don't know. I like it. As far as remixes go, which it should be named, I don't know. I guess it's more sampling, but it feels more like a remix than it does a sample. I do have that one complaint is that they should have credited it a different way because it feels more like a remix than a sample. But it's solid.
Yeah.
And you dislike it.
I dislike it just because it takes from it doesn't even have to be an amazing song because I haven't listened to that song in a minute, but I would say it's a decent song. They took from that decent song and put a rap beat or rap kind of style over it, and it's
trapped
just not for me. It's just not for me.
Looks like
So
fair.
it's mostly in one time for me, but that is what it is. We then have Pussy and Millions featuring Travis Scott.
Yep.
And complete opposite for me from Circo Loco, with it being actually a really good song.
Yeah, this song's fucking awesome. The when Travis gets on and that beat change happens and
Yeah.
you hear the breh, and like the coming in and out of the bass, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I love that shit, especially when you're in a car and you got like your sub in there.
Yeah.
They feel that. That's awesome. And the lyrics are great. And it's solid.
Yeah, it's just a solid song. I have it in yes. Solid yes. We then go on to Broke Boys,
Yep.
which is by far my favorite song on this track.
It's a vibe.
It is. And it is the one that I have like touching for life. I can see it there. It's like reaching out and grasping for it. I just don't know if it's able to. And that's my only concern with it. That being said, it is an amazing song.
Yeah.
An absolute banger. So
Solid.
We then go to Middle of the Ocean, which is
What it felt like.
absolutely, with it being 6 minutes long, basically,
Yep.
of Drake just basically singing to himself and me trying to stay awake. So it is somehow not the least played song on this album, which mind boggles the fuck out of me. I don't get that at all. But it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing special. It is very long.
Yep.
I have it between One Time and Yes because it's decent, but it's not. It's just way too long. I actually have it in the middle of that because the first half of Middle of the Ocean is actually really, really good. And if we would have stopped after like a certain part in the first half, that would have been like towards the top of Yes because it is fucking phenomenal. And then it just continues and makes it so bad. I just don't know why we didn't stop and just make another song with the rest and have that song be absolute shit, but this song be amazing. It just pisses me off. So yeah, One Time and Yes sits between them.
Yep.
We then have Jumbotron Jumbotron
Jumbo
Shit
shrimp
Poppin'.
pop in. Jumbo shrimp poppin'.
No,
Yep. Jumbo shrimp poppin'.
Jumbotron
That's
Shit
what you said.
Poppin'.
Yep. Solid. This is one of the
It's-
better Drake solo songs on this album.
I would agree. It is one of the better Drake solo songs in this album.
That and like Back Outside Boys are like the only ones that I really like.
Back Outside Boys. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Back Outside
Oh,
Boys.
yeah. I have both those actually on the same point where it's just One Time and Yes. Mostly in Yes.
This
though.
is the craziest hot takes I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's really not.
These are just
Jumbotron Shit
insane.
Poppin' is
Jumbotron
okay.
Shit Poppin' is solid.
It's okay, but it's nothing special, and that's the point that I'm making. Especially because I know what Drake can do, I know what 21 can do, and
Look,
yet
it's insane.
it's mid.
That's hurtful. Hurtful and astonishing.
So we then go to more M's featuring or not featuring. It's Drake and 21 again.
Yep.
This is their last collab song on this album,
Yep.
and it's another song where it is only 3 minutes 41 seconds. Thank God, but it still feels too long.
Yeah.
And it still feels too repetitive and too lazy and too almost redundant.
Yep.
And it just kills me. For all those reasons, once again, One Time.
Yep.
We then go on to 3 a.m. on Glenwood with 21 Savage.
Yeah. This one I like actually.
I do too.
This I haven't heard it since like I first listened to the album a while ago, but upon a re-listen just now, I might have to listen to the song again because I was feeling it. It's pretty nice.
It
It's
is the
solid.
most. This is actually the song that is most underplayed. It is the least played song.
I
on
believe
this
it.
album.
'Cause I honestly didn't realize it was on here. Like I heard it and I was like, oh, this is nice. I should have been listening to this.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
But I think it still lacks in areas. I'd have to really listen to the song again to get that kind of feel again of where it lacks.
Yeah, probably. I mean, 21 is a feature king.
He is a feature king, but I actually
But,
really
like, his
do
sol-
like
I
some of
don't-
his solo songs.
yeah. I don't fuck with the
I'm-
solo stuff all that much. I have a couple, but like other than that, like
I'm kind of more. I'm more of a 21 guy than I'm a Drake guy.
that's the
be honest.
craziest thing I've ever heard
To be honest,
come out of your mouth.
So,
I've heard all the slurs you said.
that's crazy.
He doesn't say slurs, but that's the crazy shit. Crazy thing.
But for those reasons, it sits mostly in Yes, but it is slightly in One Time. And then we get, I guess it's Fuck Me, which
It's what it felt like.
It is Fuck You, Drake, because it's not a good song.
It's not.
It's an okay song at best.
Yep.
It lasts still too long for what it is, about him just talking
Was it
about
that long?
sex.
I know it felt long, but was
It's
it that
4:23.
long? It was 4 minutes 23 seconds.
Yes, it's too
God,
long.
bro.
It's
I mean, I like it when he
He-
sings and he
he-
gets in his feelings, but
it
damn.
is. You know, he has good
Damn.
songs where he's singing and getting his feelings, but he needs to keep below 4 minutes by far. And that's if he's popping off like Rich Flex, right? Rich Flex is just on the cusp. It's 3:59, and I think that's really like you're pushing it. But then you have like, what was the other song we liked? Back Outside Boys.
Back
2:32.
outside, boys.
It's a short, sweet, simple, perfect. But yeah, I guess it's fuck me. What is I feel like when I go into albums, I'm looking for what is the artist kind of look here? What is the artist's vision on this album?
Yeah.
Right? And with it being her loss, it's supposed to, at least in my mind, be talking about how it's her loss for me going and doing my own thing, right? Am I
Yeah.
wrong in thinking that?
No.
What the fuck is this? This song, it's just the song, not the rest of the album. Just this song kind of pisses me off about it doesn't feel connected. So I have it in one time completely because it's just not great. I don't see the appeal. I don't see why people would listen to this multiple times, and it shows with only 57 million views or plays. Yeah. So, any final thoughts or opinions about Her Loss?
Not really. I mean, I think it's a fine album. I don't know if it's Drake's best album. As far as a collab album, there isn't enough 21 to be on it. There should be like more in between all that stuff. But I do quite enjoy
21's on most of the songs. I mean, I'll count how
he
many
is,
songs
but there
he's
is
not.
still like it feels very Drake centric because 21 still there are still songs that have Drake at 21 on where 21 doesn't. 21 feels more
21
like a
really
feature
doesn't do
on those
much.
songs.
Yeah, he almost does ad libs.
Then he feels like part of the song itself.
No, that's fair.
That being said, I mean I like it. That's my final thoughts on it.
Okay.
You want to move into reviews?
Moving to ratings.
Ratings. Yes.
Rating reviews.
I will give it 8 braces out of 10 teeth.
8 braces out of 10 teeth.
Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that. I mean, a lot of this song is on Corey's list, and it's awesome.
Well, this is gonna be probably our widest margin yet.
Oh yeah, I know. I didn't realize you didn't like Drake like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
I knew you were on your hater shit because of him and Kendrick, but I didn't know that.
Well,
I didn't know that was just your entire
Kendrick's
life.
Kendrick's thing, absolutely. I'm on my hater shit a little bit, but like, I really put that aside for this. If you like to think so or not, I really did put that aside. I really did try to find the view and the beauty in these songs, but it's just not there for me. So, with that said, I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it, I guess, I'm gonna go between the numbers I'm thinking of, so I'm just gonna go 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So where does that put us at?
Hey, rip the album a whole asshole. You're gonna give it a 4.5.
The 6.25 from Midnight Review. It's 6.25 Drake.
No.
Out of 10 21 Savages.
Not at all what we said.
Well, what I said.
Sure. Damn. Yeah, rip it a new asshole. That's a pretty decently low rating for everything you said this episode.
It is a low rating, but I think it has its merits on why it's so low. A lot of the songs are repetitive. They're lazy. They just don't feel. It feels like, and then they don't even stick to the actual concept of what the album is supposed to be. If the album's not supposed to be about her loss, and you want to name it Her Loss, that's fine. But then make it coherent about what you're trying to do, and it's just not. There's no coherency about what this album is about. It's just an issue for me.
I mean, look.
But if you feel like I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Tell me on Instagram or Twitter about why Thomas over here is wrong about Her Loss and how Her Loss is an amazing album, or how Thomas is completely right and actually should have gone further with his rating.
Oh, it was about how Thomas completely right.
I mean,
should have gone further.
You can go with either one because, people have opinions.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do whatever you want.
Outside of that, make sure you follow us on the social medias that we have, such as Spotify, Instagram, Twitter. I think we're going to be having a TikTok starting up here pretty soon. Ideally, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
Make sure you if you're following us and there is a way to get notifications, like a notification bell on YouTube, make sure you're doing that.
Yep.
Make sure you like the podcast if you like the podcast. Feel free to leave a comment about, what you thought about our opinions. and what you'd like to see out of this podcast, what kind of albums and what kind of other reviews, even if it's not about music or movies. What would you like us to kind of talk about? You got anything else, Corey?
No, just everything you said. Comment, like, subscribe, do all that good shit. Make sure to hug somebody.
Make sure
Let's get out there, throw a little hug on somebody.
and also know that you're loved.
Yeah.
Have a good night.